This equation contains many decimals. We also have two options. The first option is to keep all the decimals. If you are familiar with the operations of decimals, like how to add, subtract, or multiply, divide decimals. If you don't like operations of decimals, you can choose to get rid of them by multiplying multiples of 10 or 100 or 1,000, depending on the decimals you have. For example, if you have 3.5, and if you want to turn 3.5 to a whole number, you will have to move the decimal point to the right one time, which is equivalent to multiplying 3.5 by 10. But if you have two decimal places, say 3.51, then you will have to move the decimal point two places to the right, which is equivalent to multiplying 100. But in this case, since we only have one decimal place, so you can multiply 10 and 10 and 10 and 10. It's going to turn this equation to 2k minus 35 equals 25 minus 38k. And then you will solve it from there. But if you don't mind the operations of decimals, then you don't have to do these. In the previous example, I did convert, get rid of all the fractions because fraction operations are harder than decimal operations. Okay, so if I keep all the decimals, I am going to first to combine the x's. So we have x here and here. Now, in order to combine them, we first have to move one of them to the other side. So here I'm going to move negative 3.k to the left by adding it. So after we add 3.8k, they are going to be canceled because they are inverse operations or opposite operations here. And when we add 0.2 and 3.8, so 2 plus 8 is 0. We line up the decimal point. So we get a 0, and then it's actually 10, but we're going to put a little 1 up here. So that gives us 1 plus 3, 4, 4.0k, which is just a 4k. And we bring down the other 2. Now, let's see, in order to get this letter k by itself, we have to get rid of first, let's get rid of minus 3.5. Reverse subtraction, we do addition, and these two will be canceled, negative 3.5 and positive 3.5. And 2.5 plus 3.5, we line up the decimal point, and 5 plus 5 is 10, and put a 1 up there, and so we have 2 tenths, and the 2 and 3 and plus 1, that gives us 7. I'm sorry, 6, because 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus the 1, that gives us 6. So now we just have to get rid of 4, so we would divide both sides by 4. Again, it's because the operation between them is multiplication, we reverse multiplication, that is division. So 4 cancels 4. Now again, 6 over 4 is a fractional answer. You can keep it, but you have to make sure you reduce it. So I can divide both the top and the bottom by 2, and to reduce it to 3/2. If you want to turn that into decimal, you can, but it's not necessary.